All right. There we go. Everything should be fine for the live thing. Okay, there we go. So, welcome back. I think for this session, I'm gonna just focus on getting the player character animations done. So, I thought I was gonna work on the attack, and so I'm thinking about what kind of attack frames it would be. So I'm just gonna make the make it a couple of frames, and then we'll see what frames we actually want to keep, I guess. So it doesn't need to be perfect, I just want to have something here. Okay. I guess we could take this one. And then zooming up like this. Okay. They're going around like that. How about this would have gone forward a little bit. Yeah. And then I want to have this and then back again. So it's like a two-part attack, or it's like if you press attack once, it's gonna swing one way, and then if you press attack a second time, sort of like a combo, it swings back the other way. That's what I was thinking. Okay, and now we need the sword part. Also, the shield is probably gonna be... let's keep the shield where it is. Actually, you know what? Maybe the arm graphic should be part of... No. What if you want to switch the color of the shirt there? Okay. So let's see, we need a little bit of room here. Let's move this up here. And wait, what's happening? Oh, that's the weapon. Okay. This one fits there. But I want this in a separate sprite. There. Actually, oops. There. So it's gonna be wider. And yeah. So I guess we can paint it here and then move it over. Let's actually just copy that and move this down. Oh, but then we're missing this part. So we need this to be like that. Okay. So that's the first frame. And I accidentally put this in the wrong one. Oops. There. Okay. Right. And then this one. It's more gonna be up like this, I guess. Maybe even more flat. Now this one. But then it never goes. Wait, no, this is wrong. Well, let's just try that. And we'll make a sort of, you know, like one of those slashing things. And I guess we have to move the last one over to the someplace else. Okay. Let's see how that looks. So let's make some animations. thing there. Okay, let's add attack version 2 1. Ah, I need to export the image. There. So this would be 16 by 32. Okay, that's the character. And we want one for the sword. Now this is, I guess, hard to see in this mode. Now this one is 32 by 32. Whoops. Okay. Let's change this as well. And then I want another attack version to 2, which is gonna go the other way. Oops. It's gonna go fast. And I mean, I guess we'll just reuse the same graphics again. It won't really look that much different, I guess. I probably want to do like a different slashing graphics for the other attack. I mean, I guess it goes on the other way, so. Okay. Good. And another thing, I think we also need to change the origin here. So this one needs to be moved to the right. So the whole thing is 32 by 32, and the center needs to be halfway over to the right from the center to the edge. So that's 8 pixels, I think. Right. And then we need the same thing here. 8. And we save that. Okay. Okay, now we go to player. Well, I got the animations. And we need to add these animations here. Attack version 2.1, 2, sword, 2. Okay. Then, yeah, I also want to just fix real quick the idle animation. I guess we already have that graphic, so we can just create the animation directly. Idle. I guess we'll make a new called idle version 2. No, not like that. There. Save. Import. Okay, let's use idle version 2. And this is not the player. Okay. Let's see how that looks. Whoops. Actually, the exit, we don't, let's remove this thing here. We don't need that anymore. Oh yeah, the Kottefolket does not have that. There we go. Okay. So I also want to fix the walking stuff. But let's do this animation here first. So this will be attack version 2.1 instead. And I want to get the arm graphics. I want to like disable while. Actually, never mind. Let's do weapon animation, and I want to set that as well here. Actually, we could probably get it out here. And then weapon animation, we want to set that to sword version 2.1. Looping is false. This is T. Okay. We don't need to do that. I don't know why I had that there. A remnant. Okay. So now that should, like, as soon as we attack now, the sword should do that. Okay, nice. But the sword kind of stays. Okay. Why is it? Wait. Oh yeah, the animation. Oh, okay. So that's fine. The animation, or the player state has changed, and it goes in here and it's walking, and then it sets a bunch of armor, shield, and weapon animation. If it's idle, then we wanna pause these two, or three actually. Let's just move this out here, so we always have it. So we want to take these three and we set the animations to this, but then we don't start them, they're paused. Okay. So now that should mean that the idle animation does not. No, it's still running. Maybe we need to pause them. Yeah, pause manually. Playing false. Okay. There we go. Right, and another thing, I want to fix the walk animation because it's a bit slow. So it is started. Yeah, you can see now it's running normally. And I stop. And when you start moving, it takes a little while for it to start up again. I want it to start basically immediately. So we are setting this duration scale is 1. We're starting everything, and then we're running update. Oh, maybe it's because we're idle until a certain point. So I don't think I want to do any of this stuff. So actually, let's just not even call this here. Because, yeah, this was back when I was using the other animation and that worked better for that. No, but it still takes like... It takes a little while for it to actually start playing. Are we doing anything else in here? Like, why does it take so long? It's all started up. This is all the same. That should be fine. And we're not running this anymore. Yeah, I don't know. What if we change this? Will that affect it? Yes. But still you can see, like, it takes a little bit for it to change. Maybe it's because it doesn't enter the walking state until a certain point. So here it's basically immediately. We're not changing this anywhere. What about the player system? No. Huh. Okay. That's strange. Maybe it's something to do with this, actually. So it checks for the amount of time that you have stood still. And the next frame is plus equals to time paused. Or added to that. But when you do set animation, we do this. And the duration is... Oops. Yeah, let's set to 1. So this resets everything. Current frame 0. This is set to like the next frame that it should be. Pause that equals t, so that should like be 0. The time paused should be 0. So when we call start, this should be 0. Or this should 0. And so the next frame is not tampered with. Is it because the idle animation is longer or something? Let's actually not bother with setting duration scale because everything is 1 from the start anyway. So we don't really need to set this. It's just, yeah, so oh, is it because we're going from? No. We're setting the animation here, so we're clearing out the pause frame. Or the pause that. Yeah, whatever animation you had before is irrelevant here, so... Is it the animation itself that's wrong? I should probably double check that. Frame start 0. No? It looks... okay. Yeah. Okay, I'll just leave that for now. And try to fix the weapon animation, because that looks a bit wonky here as well. Okay, one thing, it doesn't look like always the weapon. So the weapon animation seems to be running, except sometimes, like here, it just doesn't run properly. Is there something wrong with the animation update? Oops. Okay. Yeah, these are... Okay, no, it's here. That's not looping, yes, that's true. We should also start it. Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay. Right, and in the player system, when we are... No, wait. I think it's in the initial scene, and we wanna set the state 2 attack. This attack is wrong, so we need to do this attack. To get the correct duration. Okay. Okay. It should probably be a bit longer. Let's see. I want to see the hitbox here. Yeah, I think the hitbox should be a bit larger. A bit further down. And the animation should be definitely be larger, I believe. Like this should like extend, let's see. This should extend more like this. I don't know, something like this. Wait. Okay. Yeah. So you get a little bit more like range. And then let's edit the. Let's make the hitbox a little bit larger. So this takes the width of the player and we get twice. So I want to add maybe a little bit there, 10%. And then on the height, I want to add a little bit as well. Okay. Okay. We also need to fix the stun lock and the hurt animation as well. Yeah, the attack animation looks good. Well, maybe let's see. Let's disable this again. Is it only me? Is that it looks sometimes like the timing is a little bit weird. It looks like it's barely moving the weapon from the hand. Let's go to the animation studio and open up this attack. Maybe like the last part should be a little slower. Let's add a little bit to those last two there. Keep it going on the last one a little bit there. something like that. Maybe this is even faster. Okay, let's try that. And we need to match these as well. So 0.5, 0.5. Uh, 1.5 and 3. Save that. Go back here. Import. Run. Okay, I like the timing. Sort of, but the animation is maybe a little bit weird now. It's like it needs one more frame where this totally dissipates. Sword. And then this one could be 0.5. Actually, let's go back to 1 for these. Maybe we'll just lower the speed of the entire animation instead. No, 1. Come on. 1. And we'll do that. And then we want to add the last frame here. And the last frame could actually be a bit longer than there. And then let's do the same thing here. There. Alright, let's try that. It feels like the first frame, again, the first frame feels longer. Also stun lock. So it's the same issue as when moving. So we have duration scale, which is dynamically could potentially be dynamically set by the game code. We also have the duration scale of the individual frame, and we have the frame duration, which is global for all animation frames in that animation. And yeah. Yeah, it definitely feels like it's longer on the first frame. Wait, shouldn't this be done after here? Because then you get the wrong duration. I didn't do anything. So we check here, is next frame at less than or equal to t, and we're playing. The current frame is added. We add 1 to that, and then we calculate the next frame. Wait. This, oh yeah, it's plus equals, right. Right? And we also update the texture here. Okay, I'm actually feeling a bit dizzy here. Well, I've been sick for a while, but thought that it was gonna get better, but I don't know. We'll see. It's just like some sort of cold, but cannot think right now. So yeah, I'm just gonna take a break here, and we'll come back to this. But thank you very much for watching, and yeah, I'll see you next time.